Hello everybody, Glass Half Dead here, and today we are doing the final, possibly, I don't know, look at the Elites preview for this week, and it is our beautiful boys in blue, if you're into Ultramarines, I guess, the Imperium. Right, I'm excited. Is this as long as the Xenos? Let's have a quick look. No, but it's pretty long. Okay, that's what she said. Right, so this is the Kill Team Elites Imperium factions. I'm going to read it because I have no content for you. I don't even give opinions. I'm reading what's on the screen. Anyway, here's an intro. It's the last of our Kill Team Elites previews today, and that means we're looking at what the expansion has in store for the Imperium factions, including the Golden Guardians of it's weird to call them that, of the Adeptus Custodes. If you missed your earlier previews on the Xenos, we did not. We did not, GW, don't you worry. Adeptus Astartes. Let's have a look. As with their traitorous kin, Adeptus Astartes kill teams are set to benefit from a range of chapter tactics that add a powerful, narrative-driven ability. For example, the Siegecraft of the Imperial Fists will ensure that their shots count, even against the most well-concealed targets. I'm just going to pull back before I read that, and just point out, that's the second time they've mentioned the chapter tactics being narrative-driven, and I am suddenly terrified. The chapter tactics are going to be for narrative play only. Oh my god, wouldn't that be horrendous? Anyway, Imperial Fists, Siege Masters. Models in your kill team do not suffer the penalty to injury rolls for the target of their attacks being obscured and within 1 inch of a model or piece of terrain that is between the two models. That's fair. That's pretty useful. That is a solid ability to take. Meanwhile, the Dark Angels are renowned for their grim resolve, and that is reflected in the way they hold their ground with implacable determination. Dark Angel's Grim Resolve. You can reroll hit rolls of 1 for shooting attacks made by models in your kill team, including when firing Overwatch, that have not moved in this battle round. In addition, you can reroll the dice to determine whether or not your kill team is broken in the morale phase. That's really good. That's really useful, actually. Okay, so it's kind of giving you a little kind of a proto sniper, if you will, for your whole of your team. Assuming you don't move, but let's be honest, you are going to be moving. This is a game of objectives. So, but being able to re-roll the dice in the morale phase is huge. To see if you're broken. For anybody a bit newer, maybe that's not re-rolling the nerve dice, the nerve test roll. You can already do that as an Astartes. This is re-rolling the broken test, which nobody else can do. It's something that I know a lot of people complain that the tactical reroll can't be used on it, and it's such a vital role. This is big. That is really useful for staying power. The Adeptus Astartes can expect to be reinforced with a large selection of veteran and vanguard fighters and commanders. Terminators offer all-round muscle at close and long range, while Dark Angels and Space Wolves Terminators can even be equipped with bespoke war gear combinations. Oh, please tell us, GW, come on. That means that Dark Angels and Space Wolves Terminators are going to be able to be set up differently. Oh my god, okay, let's stay calm, guys, let's stay calm. It's okay. Meanwhile, the veteran stage sheet caters for Vanguard, Sternguard, and Company veterans. Okay, so this is really cool because it means that so far, Adeptus Astartes really haven't had any close combat options. They have had, obviously, a Reaver Sergeant, and yes, the Reaver Sergeant can do things, but are we going to get Lightning Claws? Oh my god. Anyway, Vanguard options include Infiltrators, Eliminators, and the aptly named Suppressors. Check out the amazing ability of their Accelerator autocannons. Yes, let's. Accelerator autocannon, 48-inch range, heavy 2, strength 7, AP -2, damage 2. That's a big weapon. It's a big weapon. If this weapon inflicts any damage on an enemy model until the end of the battle round, that model and enemy models within 2 inches of that model cannot make shooting attacks. Okay. So you have to inflict damage. I would need my rulebook to find out what damage means, but I assume that means that it goes through your armor and goes to a wound roll. Or perhaps what this means is you have to actually go to the injury roll, and if you live, you still cannot shoot. But then even if you die, other people around you cannot shoot. Interesting. Again, first impressions, guys. I don't have the book to hand. I would have to find out the exact terminology of what inflicting damage is before I can really gauge how important that is. Adeptus Astartes commanders include a Phobos armored captain and librarian from the Vanguard, both of whom good, are equipped with camo cloaks like scouts and are able to set up in concealed positions, see below. Alternatively, a lieutenant in Phobos armor comes equipped with a grav chute, as so will work well alongside similarly equipped reavers. Concealed position. When you set this model up during deployment, it can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that is more than 9 inches from any enemy deployment zone. That's very useful, although not as useful as its 40k counterpart, because let's not forget that the board is significantly smaller. Typically, deployment zones are no more than, what's it going to be, 12 inches away from each other, max. So, really, this is a Vanguard move of about 3 inches. But that's, that's still a thing. That's still a thing. If you prefer your commanders to display brawn over stealth, a captain, chaplain, or librarian clad in Terminator armor will cater to your needs nicely. Deathwatch. Exciting. Okay. In addition to gaining access to a Terminator armored captain, chaplain, or librarian, as well as Terminators and veterans, or more specifically Vanguard veterans with jump packs. Jump packs? Urgh, give us the rules, GW. Come on. Deathwatch kill teams will be able to utilize mission tactics, which will enable them to efficiently prioritize enemy targets. Oh, okay. Let's read it. At the beginning of the first battle round, choose a data sheet to be your kill team's priority target, e.g., Tyranid Warrior. You can reroll wound rolls of 1 for attacks made by models in your kill team that target a model from the data sheet that is your kill team's priority target. So if you chose Tyranid Warrior, this ability should apply to attacks that targeted Tyranid Warriors and Tyranid Warrior Gunners. Okay. So what this is basically they get mission tactics instead of being able to pick their chapter tactic to customize their kill team. They just all get this mission tactic. This is just a buff. This is just a straight buff to Deathwatch. Cool. That's fine. And I hate to say it, but thematically it kind of makes sense. The Deathwatch are meant to be one unified chapter, so they shouldn't have chapter tactics. I'm okay with it. Yeah. Grey Knights. Brotherhood of Psychers. Okay, stay focused, read it. The new Grey Knight's ability, Brotherhood of Psychers, see below, matches that of the Thousand Suns. Okay, I know what that is. Ensuring that they will have psychic dominance over all but the Sons of Magnus. Grey Knights will also be able to field Terminators and even the mighty 3-wound Paladins, in addition to a Terminator Armored Librarian or Brother Captain as a commander. For those of you unaware and do not know the awesomeness of the Paladin, you have 3 wounds, yes, but you are also 3 attacks base. Just so you know what you're dealing with there. Brotherhood of Psychers. When it is your turn to choose a Psyker from your kill team to attempt to manifest psychic powers in this phase, you can choose up to 2 models from your kill team to do so. In addition, you can add 1 to psychic tests and deny the witch tests for models in your kill team. Did Brotherhood of Sorcerers give them the deny the witch thing there? I don't remember it doing that. However, if it did, fair enough. But that's really powerful. That's really good. Again, much like the Deathwatch, you don't get to pick it. This is just a straight buff to all Grey Knights. Let's have a think. So you're adding 1 to psychic tests, which means you are getting this off on a 4-up. Or your Cybolt off on a 4-up. You're also denying the witch at +1, so you're actually pretty good at denying the enemy if they have a Psyker. It's good, guys. That, and you are now doing double the damage that you were before in the psychic phase. I can't complain. That's really good. And of course, you're Grey Knights. So unlike with the Brotherhood of Sorcerers, whatever it's called, the Thousand Suns guys, you are always having Psychers. You have to take Psychers. So it's not a case of, unlike with the Thousand Suns, where you have to tailor your list to take advantage of their only trait. This is just a buff. God, it's good, it's good. Adeptus Mechanicus, or the Hallowed Admech, if you will. Kill teams that serve the Adeptus Mechanicus will soon do so, aided by the benefits of their Forge World dogma. Operatives from Mars receive the greatest favour of the Machine God when they chant his praise. Mars, glory to the Omnisire. Each time you randomly determine which canticle of the Omnisire, still the Kill Team core manual, is being canted, roll 2 dice instead of 1. Models in your kill team receive the benefit of both results. Okay. Instead of just the results of the first dice. If a duplicate is rolled, no addition. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. I mean, okay, so most competitive players will have been choosing which canticle they wish to use every round. However, this is pretty good. Like, this makes it entirely plausible that you want to be randomly rolling for your canticles. Also, I believe you can, I'd have to double check the rules, but you can choose to manually select a canticle on turn 1, but then randomly select on turn 2. So if you know that you have to have a canticle A on turn 3, pick that on that turn, but for every other turn, randomly roll. I will have to double check that, but I believe that's the way it goes. The agents of Lucius, meanwhile, are shielded by their faith and the solar blessed ores of their forge world. Lucius, the solar blessing. When making saving throws for models in your kill team, treat enemy attacks with an armor penetration characteristic of -1 as having an AP of 0 instead. Situational, good, obviously, but quite situational, as you have to know you're going up against an army that has an AP of -1. Weapons is quite a regular thing, but fair enough. Fair enough. The Tech Priest Manipulus, that is, if you're unaware, a commander, the rules for which were only previously available as part of the 37 Acquisitus kill team set, now joins his fellow servants of the Machine God as a more widely available commander, along with Corpuscari and Fulgurite Electro Priests. The Siphoned Vigor ability of the Fulgurites will make them fantastic combat or zealot specialist options where they can more easily reap its benefits. Siphoned Vigor. Siphoned Vinegar, as I call it. If this model takes an enemy model out of action in the fight phase, its invuln saves improve. Ooh. Okay. 3-up invuln save sounds nice. Does that mean they regularly have a 4-up invuln save, which is already pretty tasty? Still, that's very nice. Again, when I'm saying something is good or bad, it is all wish listing. Without the knowledge of points, nothing matters. However, once we know points, we can actually say whether things are overcosted, undercosted, whether they've costed great rules completely out of the point that they will ever be taken or not. Astra Militarum. The brave soldiers of the Astra Militarum will gain the regimental doctrine of their homeworld. The sons and daughters of Cadia, the planet broke before the guard did. Ha ha. Just going to throw this out there, guys. Just going to throw this out there. Alright? If the planet broke before the guard did, you're not a very good guard. Just saying. Alright? Are natural born soldiers and better trained than any others. Cadian born soldiers. Reroll unmodified hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase for models in your kill team if they have not moved in this battle round. So far, that is exactly what Dark Angels get. Hold on, is it? Reroll unmodified hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase. Oh, that's my dinner. Dark Angels. Reroll hit rolls of 1. That might be relevant. I think that means that if you are shooting at someone that is obscured and you roll a 2, it goes down to a 1, so you can re-roll it with Dark Angels? Do not quote me on that. I will have to check my rulebook. But they have to have put unmodified in there for a reason. Anyway, if a model in your kill team is issued with the take aim order and it has not moved in this battle round, reroll all failed hit rolls for that model. If a model in your kill team is issued the take aim order and it has not moved in this battle round, reroll all failed hit rolls for that model until the end of the phase instead. The hardy jungle troopers of Katkan, meanwhile, benefit from their great natural strength and courage. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of models in your kill team. In addition, add 1 to the leadership characteristic of models in your kill team if they're within 6 inches of a friendly Katkan officer. Okay, So +1 to strength is inherently useful. However, is this... So my instant thought is this is great for Ogryns, and I know that you can take a power fist on something, but beyond that, does this really matter? Unsure, unsure. The Astra Militarum will soon be able to add the might of Ogryn and Bulgrin auxiliaries to their kill teams, adding some serious muscular and staying power, and even heavy armor to their large numbers. After all, Bulgrins equipped with slab shields are looking at a 2-up save. That's big. That is big. Slab shield add 2 to saving throws made against attacks to target a model with slab shield. I doubt this will be relevant. However, this would only affect an invuln save if it specifically states that it affects invuln saves. They've made that clear in previous things. Oh, and did we mention Sly Marbo? We won't ruin the surprise about how good he is, though suffice it to say, he's a level 4 in the legendary Hunter spec. For those of you that haven't followed along or don't remember, Illic Nightspear and Snickrot were both only level 3s in the legendary Hunter spec. But we will show you a hint at how much of a game changer he can be. Knife in the Dark. 2 CP. Use this tactic in the fight phase when Sly Marbo makes an attack, but before making the hit roll. If the attack hits, the target suffers D3 mortal wounds and the attack sequence ends. 2 CP for D3 mortal wounds. You're almost certainly hitting on 2 up. Probably re-rolling 1s, aren't you? Let's be honest. Oh, and yes, his weapon skill was 2+. Okay, yeah. The one we've all been waiting for, and by all I mean some. You know, let's not generalize here. Let's not generalize. Some have been waiting for this. The one you've been... Oh, okay, well... I just kind of said that, GW. Stepping on my ground here. Stepping on my toes, but whatever. Whatever. The Auric demigods that are the Adeptus Custodes are ready to enter Kill Team! Exclamation mark. First up, their kill teams will all benefit from an improved invuln save. This model's invuln save is improved by 1 to a maximum of 3+. Now, I don't know their 40k stats at all. I'm guessing they are all Terminator levels, so they would naturally have a 5-up invuln, but this is taking them to a 4-up invuln naturally. They also have a set of 6 tactics that you can make use of. For example, if your opponent reckons they can get around your universal 2-up save characteristic and enhance invuln saves with psychic powers, you can teach them that the Adeptus Custodes are not so easily undone. So this is obviously going to be very big if you ever put up Grey Knights against Custodes. Spark of Divinity 1 CP. Use this tactic when an enemy Psyker manifests a psychic power within 12 inches of a model from your kill team that is not shaken. You can take it to... Oh, okay, you just take it to deny the witch. Fair enough. Fair enough. I thought there was going to be some sort of damage to the Psyker, but okay. You'll have the choice of 2 fighters in the form of the Custodian Guard and Alarus Custodian datasheets. For anybody, I don't know what these mean at all. I've never seen their 40k profiles. The profiles for which will rival all but the most powerful enemy commanders. For their own commander, the Adeptus Custodes can call upon a shield captain who is powerful enough to defeat any adversary with contemptuous ease, even when wounded almost unto death. The Lions of the Emperor are all but unstoppable. Unstoppable. Superior transhuman physiology. Ignore the penalty to this model's hit rolls from flesh wounds. It would be really weird if they didn't have that. I'm just also going to throw out there quickly, I hope that the shield captain is kind of the Imperium version of the Patriarch. And, you know, it's full on 190 points kind of thing. He's just an absolute beast. I think that'd be really cool. I'm sure it will be, in fact. But with the arrival of the Adeptus Custodes, Sly Marbo, and more besides, the Imperium has revealed some of its mightiest assets in Kill Team Elite. You will soon be able to bring the glory of the Emperor to Xenos and Heretic alike. You won't even have long to wait. This awesome new expansion up for pre-order from Saturday, so be sure to secure your copy then. Awesome. Awesome. So, quick note there. That implies that we are not getting a leak of the supposed upcoming Kill Team, not terrain, is it terrain? Kill Zone. There's been a leak that there's going to be a new Kill Zone along with this as well, but that doesn't seem to be hinted at all. What do I like? I like what I saw up here. I like the chapter tactics for the Adeptus Astartes. I like the implication that Dark Angel Terminators are going to be unique from Space Wolf Terminators, and presumably therefore unique from Ultramarines, Blood Angels, etc. That sounds really cool. I like that we're going to get Vanguard and Sternguard and Company Veterans, because we are finally going to be able to take things that are close combat. I think Deathwatch, that's very powerful if you're up against hordes. For example, the standard Tyranid list, if they're going to bring 19 Hormagaunts, pick Hormagaunts. You are then significantly better at killing their Hormagaunts, obviously, very big. Grey Knights, this is a straight buff to Grey Knights. It's not a particularly interesting buff, but it is just a straight up buff. Grey Knights are now better. I don't think, from what we've seen here, it really is going to give them the oomph they need to become top tier. But against against other elite armies, this is really powerful and really good. And until we see exactly what paladins are going to be costed at, I can't really say anything about that. Admech don't know enough about, and they didn't really tell us. I'm scared of the Mars Canticle though. It's not a canticle, but a thing. Dogma. Astra Militarum didn't do much for me there actually. I've got to be honest. And Custodes we just went over, and without seeing points cost, don't really know. My assumption on points cost is that you're going to be able to fit 3 of them into a 100-point list, just so that they are then a valid team faction. And there you go. Wow, well that is the end of the Kill Team Elites previews. This has been really good fun. Seeing all of the previews every day this week has actually really invigorated me. This whole week I've been thinking, what am I going to run? What am I going to run? Once Elites is out, I can't decide. I want to go out and buy things so that I'm ready, but I haven't. Luckily, I haven't. In the future, I really want to boil down my kill teams to 1 or 2 main kill teams and stop having like 6, because that's way too many, and they're all half painted. I need to focus. Right now, although I really like the idea of the Crisis Battle Suit, which pulls me towards Tau, and I think that Tyranids are going to be really strong, actually. For some reason, right now, I'm leaning towards Adeptus Astartes. Yeah, I'm just excited for them. I don't really have anything else to say. I hope they become more viable. I haven't really seen Adeptus Astartes do much in the tournament scene, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now that we've seen all 3 of the big preview articles, what do you think? What are you thinking? Have any of these really spoken to you? What do you think of these chapter tactics? I think they're pretty solid. Let me know what you think. Anyway, this has been Glass Half Dead. Excited for Kill Team Elites. I will no doubt see you once the Elites book is out, as I run down the entire book. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to take me so long to do. Oh my god. Anyway, Glass Half Dead. Hoping you've had a great day.